Hello and welcome to episode number 7 of TEW 2016. This is going to be Monday Night Raw, the first Raw after the Superstar shake-up. And with our new rosters in tow, let's see what we've got in store for us. Raw kicks off. We have Braun Strowman storming his way down to the ring angrily. Obviously he wasn't here last week. And he just grabs the mic and he's like, "I'm not one for wasting people's time out here. Bobby Lashley, come out here and get these hands." And then obviously the crowd would cheer, wanting Bobby Lashley to come out. And Titus would pop up, come out, and he'd be like, "Oh, Bobby's not here this week. He wanted a rest after beating your ass 2 weeks ago. And he's not here, but he will be here next week to confront you." And then Braun would be like, "Well, since Bobby's not here, someone's going to get these hands. It'll have to be you." And then Titus is going to have to get these hands. And he's going to have to fight him. Obviously, he's not in his ring gear. So he would just be in like his suit trousers and shoes. And Braun kicks his ass in 4 minutes. Oh, God, I can't believe this gimmick change for Braun. Above average. Backstage, Charlie Caruso's talking to Seth Rollins regarding the match that Kurt Angle made last week between Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable, which has now been obviously announced as a number one contendership match for the Continental title. And Seth's like, "Oh, well, once I beat The Miz this Saturday at the Greatest Royal Rumble, I can look forward to either Dolph or Chad Gable. Either way, these are two world-class athletes, better than The Miz, who will hopefully give me one hell of a competition." And, yeah. Just a quick match. Nia Jax, need to give her a win because she actually has not pinned anyone since she won the title, because Ember Moon, she was in the two title matches with Ember Moon against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. But Ember Moon got the pin both times. So I'm just giving Nia a win over Natalya here. And then she's just going to quickly cut a short promo about Alexa, saying how she was a bully, and then once she got her comeuppance over the evil bully, she ran away when she realised she wasn't the big tough girl that she thought she was, because she ran away with the SmackDown instead of fighting against Nia again. But there'll be nowhere to run when they face each other at Backlash. In Kurt Angle's office, Randy Orton storms in, demanding that he has a match with Bobby Roode tonight. But Kurt, again, like Bobby Lashley says, Bobby Roode, he hasn't seen Bobby Roode all night, and he's not sure if he's in here, so we can't deliver that promise. And then the Singh brothers would walk in and introduce Jinder. And Jinder would be like, "Kurt, why are you giving Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable the match for the Intercontinental Championship? I should be in that match and I want a shot at the Intercontinental title. You're not giving me my rightful opportunities that I should be getting here on Monday Night Raw." And Kurt's like, "Well, I gave you a match against Jeff Hardy last week to keep the US title on Raw and you lost it. But here's the deal, I'll give you an IC title shot if you can beat Randy Orton tonight." And Jinder's like, "Oh, that seems very good, you're not giving me my opportunities." And Kurt's like, "I remember on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, you said you could beat Randy Orton whenever you wanted." And Jinder's like, "Oh, fine, I will beat Randy Orton. I can beat Randy Orton whenever I want to." And then they booked that match again for later on. I know, Jinder and Orton again, but it's just something I'm doing for storyline purposes. The Bar, actually, I was going to say in a quick match, but it's actually that quick. It's actually 8 minutes. They actually hang in for a while. But they do beat Breezango. Cesaro had a gimmick. Sheamus again with a bro kick. And after the match, they'd cut a promo. Sheamus would talk about how the Bar is the best tag team on Monday Night Raw and the best tag team in wrestling, full stop. And that Cassius Ohno, has been bragging. He feels like he's been nagging Cesaro to get his old tag team back together. But Cesaro is happy teaming with Sheamus because they are better than they ever were, because they are 4-time champions. And how they are the Bar, they don't just set the bar. Then on the screen, Matt Hardy would pop up and be like, "Yes, you obsolete mules. You worrying about the artist of knockouts. But you should be worrying about us, me and the consumer of terrestrial entries, Mr. Bray Wyatt. We are the tag team, a team of tags. And at the Royal Rumble that is the greatest, we will delete the cyborg that is Swiss, and we will delete the warrior that is Celtic, and we will become the tag team champions of Raw." Yes. So, yeah, the Bar not really focused on these two strange men that they have to fight in 5 nights. Bayley comes out. She calls out Sasha Banks. She wants to talk about Sasha Banks, about what happened last week about Sasha getting her ankle destroyed. And Sasha doesn't come out. The Riot Squad actually do come out. And they say, well, when we were on SmackDown, we told Charlotte this. Well, she was clogging up at the top of the card for the women. So we had to do whatever was necessary to take her out and get us our own opportunities. So that's why they smashed Charlotte's ankle. And they did the same thing as Sasha on Raw, because she's like the standard bearer of the Raw women's division. And so now Sasha's been taken out as one less woman to get in there to clog up the top of the spot. So now one of them can step up and fill the opportunity that they should be given. And then Bayley and Ruby Riott have a match. Ruby wins it after a distraction from Liv Morgan. Again, Ruby's actually improving in two things. That's alright. After the match, the Riot Squad, they beat up Bayley a bit more. Chair comes back in. Sarah Logan brings a chair in. Ruby puts it around Bayley's ankle. And they're about to bludgeon Bayley's ankle. But when Ember Moon comes out and makes a save and runs them off, saves Bayley's ankle. And we've got a bit of something interesting happening here with the women. Then we get into the Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal match. Randy just getting his win back over Jinder because I felt bad about giving Jinder a win. And Randy, he has been losing a lot because he lost to Jinder, obviously. Then he lost to Seth Rollins last week. So I've just got to give Randy a nice win. And who better than a jobber? After the match, Randy Orton is celebrating his win over Jinder Mahal. His very hard-earned victory over Jinder. When his attention is turned to the ramp. And somebody's coming out to confront Randy, but it's not actually Bobby Roode who he wants it to be. It's actually a young lady. Mandy Leone here. She is obviously from Ring of Honor. And she comes out. She doesn't say anything, she just sort of stands there, distracting Randy. And then from behind, Bobby Roode comes out of the crowd, turns Orton around and plants him with a glorious DDT. And Bobby and Mandy, they walk off and they leave together. So who knows what's going on here between Bobby Roode and this new young member of the women's division. Kurt's watching this all transpire on his TV in his office. You notice I do like booking the GM in his office more than having actually come out to the crowd. It's just how I like it. And the door would slam open, and in walks Kurt, Randy Orton. How I can beat Randy Orton whenever I want to beat him. This was a fluke. That RKO. I should beat Randy Orton. Blah blah blah. And Kurt's like, no, I saw you lose fair and square to Randy. Same as I saw you lose fair and square to Jeff Hardy last week. You've come up to me ever since coming to Raw in the shake-up, demanding these opportunities that, quite frankly, you don't deserve, because I've seen nothing impressive of you, because you've just been losing every single week. And quite frankly, I think you need to go to the bottom of the line. Jinder's like, Coach, what do you mean bottom of the line? I am the Maharaja. I'm a WWE former WWE champion, former United States champion. I'm one of the hottest stars here on Raw. And Kurt's like, well, you're gonna have to prove it, because I've seen nothing impressive of you. You've just lost since you've come to Raw. So you're going to have to start from the bottom. So next week, obviously, you're going to take on my lowest rated superstar, Kurt Hawkins. And if you're as good as you say you are, you'll be able to beat him. Then beat your opponents as you slowly work your way up to where you think you deserve to be. Jinder's like, Kurt, this is not over, Kurt. This is unacceptable treatment of the Maharaja. You'll be hearing from the king of India. And then he storms off. Here's a quick match that we had advertised last week. Tyler Linder and Zack Ryder as a tag team. They actually beat these two local guys. And they've got no negative chemistry notes, so they actually get on alright. Interesting. This is just a quick segment that they show Seth walking to the announce table as he comes to sit with the announcers ahead of the match between Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable. Number one contenders match who could face him at Backlash. The match itself is actually bad. Oh, they've got no chemistry. Well, Dolph does beat him. I had him going for 30 minutes. I thought it was going to be good, but actually not. Dolph is an number one contender though. Then after the match, we just get that quick stare down segment. Dolph obviously in the ring, pointing at Seth, staring at him. Seth stood on the announce table, holding his title in the air. As they do that. They do it a lot in real life. That segment. Just a quick random match. Roman Reigns beats Victor in 3 minutes with a spear. Victor, obviously, man on an island because Connor got suspended, and for 60 days. It was his second violation, so he's just going to be floating around losing matches for 2 months. Backstage, Bobby Roode and Mandy Leone walk into a limo. Kathy Kelly chases him. He's trying to get an interview, trying to get the hot scoops on what this is, what Bobby and Mandy are, but they just completely ignore it, just get in the limo and drive away. So we are left without answers as to what is the problem with this dynamic duo. Zack Ryder and Ty Dillinger backstage after they're celebrating their win. They're like, "Oh, bro, we were a great tag team, bro." Yeah, Ty Dillinger's like, "Yeah, I'll give us a 10." And Zack Ryder's like, "Woo, woo, woo." And Ty Dillinger's like, 10, 10, 10, woo, 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 10, 10, 10. And then Zack Ryder sort of pauses. He's like, "Woo." And then Ty Dillinger's like, 10. And Zack Ryder's like, "Woo, 10. And the Wu-Ten Clan. I'm sorry. Just a quick squash. Usos first match on Raw. They beat the B team. Nothing really of any note here. Just wanted to get the Usos on the show because they didn't actually wrestle last week. Jimmy Uso is improving it a lot though. Cassius again shown carrying his bags to his car in the parking lot. And he walks into the bar. He hasn't actually walked into a bar. He walks into Sheamus and Cesaro. And they taunt him again. They're like, "Oh, I see you weren't booked on the show tonight, fella. Oh, me and Cesaro, we are booked on the show because we are the better tag team and we are the best tag team on Raw. If you don't set the bar, we are the bar." And Ono says, "Guys, I heard this from you literally about an hour ago. And you were interrupted by the people who were fighting on Saturday, them two weird guys, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Why are you still not focused on them and you're still focused on me? It's beyond, because I don't actually want to get the tag team back together and minding my own business. It's actually you two that are coming up and harassing me." Sheamus is like, what do you mean, fella? Oh, we don't need to focus on those guys because we're going to beat them. We can beat them with our eyes closed. Fella, we don't care about you. We ain't harassing you. We don't want your tag team." And Ono's like, then can you just leave me alone and let me get on with my life here on Raw? And then just gets in his car and drives away. And Sheamus and Cesaro looked perplexed. Just a quick segment hyping up Baron Corbin because he didn't have a match on the show. B-. Main event segment. "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar." Just a simple Paul, and then pretty much, I can't actually describe this because the way I would describe Paul Heyman's promo would not do it obviously justice, because I would just do simple like blah blah blah, like my terrible improvisation that I've been doing every single episode. And yeah, so Paul Heyman, he'd actually be able to hype it up, so he'd actually make it seem like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns is actually interesting. And then Roman himself would come out. It's just a very simple promo just to end it, to hype the show, and he'd be like, "I see Brock's not here again tonight. He's a part-time bitch. I'm here every single week, and I'm gonna beat your beast in Saudi Arabia and bring the title to Raw every single night." He just sounds like Randy Orton. Well, that's the simple premise of the segment. It's just they probably had this exact segment. I can't remember it, but they probably did. Just Paul Heyman hyping it up using his special Paul Heyman abilities, and Roman coming out and be like, no, actually I'm gonna beat the beast. I'm coming for a fight. Blah blah blah, all that. see. We must surely be starting to improve soon. But yeah, that's the end of Raw. That was actually the last Raw. That was actually the go-home show for the Greatest Royal Rumble. So obviously I'll see you with SmackDown and 205 Live soon, and after that we'll actually be booking that show. And I'll see you then.